Hello everybody, Donkey here, and yes, we are back with some more Train Sim 2021. And this time, we are back on the Great Western Main Line with the Class 58 Bone. And we have the Class 58 here in Rail Freight Red Stripe. This is such an iconic livery for the Class 58. And it's always seen with the red stripe. I absolutely love this livery. And today we are doing the scenario overnight Stone to Hayes, and it is a 40-minute scenario. It is a green, and yeah, I can't see a thing. You can probably see more than me because I've put a filter on OBS so that you can actually see what's going on. For me, the screen is pitch black. I can only see the headlights for this loco. No idea why this scenario is set up like this, but I think that OBS should be picking up what truly it should look like. But yeah, before we jump in, I just want to say, if you are a new viewer and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so down below. We are trying to reach 1,000 subs, so if you can help out, that'd be great. Alright, let's jump in and start the scenario. We are doing an overnight service to Hayes. And we're going the green light. So yeah, like I say, I literally cannot see a thing. You can see a lot more than I can. And we're going to try and get some of this going. I literally cannot see a single thing. Yeah, it's a shame that I literally cannot see a thing. It is just pitch black. It looks way better on OBS because I have put a filter on and actually made it look decent. This is how Train Sim should look. I know that maybe they're trying to go for a realistic sort of approach to this, but where are we going? Brakes are coming off. Give it a bit of power. And it's starting to move. Let's go have a look. Yeah, I understand that they're trying to go for a realistic sort of view on this, but make sure we don't go over our speed limit here. This thing is extremely good at pulling heavy freight, the Class 58. It is primarily used for hauling heavy freight, or was. I think the Class 66 overtook it, but we're going via here. Stop. We're stopping in a sec, so let's not go too fast now. It's telling us about to stop. Maybe that's not red. This is literally going to be like the hardest scenario I've ever done. I literally cannot see a thing. I am not joking when I say I cannot see a thing. I cannot see that house or whatever that is coming up. There's a little shack. You can see everything because the way I've edited this on OBS with the filters, you can see everything, but I literally cannot see a thing. I'm literally flying blind here. I can see lights in the distance, and is about it. So this is going to be quite a difficult scenario for me, even though it is a green scenario. A bit more light coming into here. But yeah, I just feel like sometimes they do try and go for a realistic look. I understand that. But sometimes I just want to be able to see. I mean, the light in here is, if I turn it on and off, it's pitch black for me there. I can't see anything without the light on. But for you, it sort of looks more realistic in my opinion with the filter. But I was trying to use game filters on Shadowplay, but unfortunately this game doesn't support game filters, which is really annoying. But I think that, you know, letting you see it on OBS, I mean, it looks like on OBS it just looks like it's a day scenario. It is a night scenario, but we want to be careful we don't stop too early. We can put her on now. Apparently we're stopping here. We're probably waiting for somebody. I think so. We are class 6 loco. In the UK, well, it was during the modernisation plan that they really came up with it, but they specified classes of loco that had different requirements. So a class 1 loco was your 08s and your class 20s and stuff, and those sort of, well, I don't know about a class 20, but you know, those sort of locos were, I think they had 1,000 horsepower. Then you had class 2, which was 2,000 horsepower, class 3, class 4. When you got to class 4 and 5, those were your heavy haulers. They wanted class 4 and 5 to have really high horsepower, you know, 4,000-5,000 horsepower, and they wanted those locos to haul heavy freight. So that's where you get like the class 40 and stuff. And we are literally allowed to leave here, I think. We will save it just in case. So yeah, when you get to this loco, which is a class 6 loco, it has got a lot of horsepower, and it is a very heavy hauler. Very heavy hauler indeed. But I love the class 58. The 58 is... It was one of those locos that you saw a lot of, sort of late 90s. And I mean, it still remained in service. I mean, I think it probably does some services today. But it was one of those locos that just... I mean, it was built in the early 80s, and it was seen throughout the 80s. It was seen throughout the 90s. I remember seeing 58s with the red stripe livery. This is the classic grey and red stripe with the yellow ends. That's the classic livery you see them in. You always see them in this livery with the big logo, and I think it looks amazing. Especially, I love the models of these. When you get a model of these and they're all grimy and weathered up, and it looks amazing. Yeah, like they nicknamed it the Bone as well, which is like a bit on the nose, but they named it that because it looks like a bone, with the short middle and then the extended cams. But no, I love this loco. I think it looks really good, and we can go have a look at it quickly if I can find my way around. Bearing in mind it is pitch black for me, so I'm literally trying to use OBS. Yeah, look at that. That's looking good. We'll have a flyby as well. I'm trying to use OBS, to find my way around. Ooh. Class 47. I thought it was a class 46 then, but 47. Actually, let's try something new. Let's try from this angle. I like that. And I don't know if it's going to go into sort of early morning. It is 5 in the morning at the moment. Or if it's going to remain just pitch black like it is now. But yeah, I don't tend to record these scenarios because it is a bit more difficult for me to actually know what's going on when I can't actually see. The same with really wet, rainy scenarios. I tend not to do them because sometimes you'll have annoying squeaky window wipers. But I'm trying something different. OBS has got these filters, so I thought, you know what, I'll give them a go, and they've turned out all right. I am using the OBS window to actually play the game, which is a bit, yeah. But there is some sort of contrast settings in game, but they're just not as good as they could be. I would have liked to have seen maybe a whole array of ways to adjust the brightness, the hue, the contrast, the gamma. Doing the gamma would have been an amazing feature. But yeah, we're literally stuck with what we've got. Classic horn. I love that horn on the Class 58. That's such the classic train horn that you hear. Yeah, I thought I'd jump back on this just because we played the one scenario with the 58 and I enjoyed it so much that I wanted to play it again. But like I said before, we are sort of slowing down on the videos due to real life stuff. Are we stopping here? We're going via. Okay, we're going via. So yeah, just videos just haven't been, flowing out as much. I mean, I was doing 3 a week. Now I'm doing about 1 a week. But real life stuff has got in the way. So in the past, because I work a full-time job, it is difficult doing YouTube on the side. But I record when I can, on the evenings, on a weekend. And I've started, I don't know if you saw the last video, but I did go on a trip to the York Railway Museum, and I did film a few clips with my GoPro that I've got there at the museum. So if you want to check that out, it is on the channel. And I've also got a few other videos coming up of days out to do with the channel. It's not just going to be like, a walk here or something. It is actually to do with the channel. So for instance, that was the train museum. The next video might be to do with boats or cars or planes or whatever. There's plenty of sort of motion museums, I think they're called, to do with motion and transport and all that sort of stuff. So there is plenty of museums out there. And most of them are free entry as well, which is great. But the next video should be up maybe next week, if this video goes up, or it will already be out. I'm not sure. You just have to keep an eye on the channel. So make sure you are subscribed down below and you've hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos when they come out. But again, yeah, we are doing train sim. We are doing Eurotruck, OMSI. I mean, Eurotruck and OMSI have sort of taken a back seat. No pun intended. But they've sort of taken a back seat just because the steering wheel is so difficult to actually just get out of the box, set up on the desk, plug it all in, to load up Eurotruck for it to crash, or OMSI for it to crash, and then I'm forced to basically abandon the whole thing. So it is more difficult doing those games with the wheel. At least Train Sim is the keyboard. But hopefully there's a few games coming out this year which I really want to give a go and record for the channel. They will sort of be to do with simulators and to do with sort of traction and motion and stuff. But I'm just sort of waiting for those games really to come out. But yeah, I was doing that War Thunder series for a while. I hit a snag with it. We got a yellow here. No, I did hit a snag with that series. I know a lot of people did like the first two videos I put out, if you haven't seen them, which was the Spitfire and the Hurricane. Sort of talk about the history of them a little bit, and then talk about how to play the planes in game. I had planned on doing a few more videos like that, but the snag that I hit was I hadn't unlocked the planes I wanted to do, and the problem is War Thunder takes a lot of grinding. You have to grind through, and play for hours just to get the thing that you want. And for me to do a video on a very specific aircraft, I would have had to have put many hours in, and I still am putting many hours in just to unlock it. So those videos will probably come out when I have the chance and when I've unlocked the actual aircraft themselves. But in the meantime, that series is sort of on hold. The only reason I did the Spitfire and the Hurricane is because I had all the Spitfires and all the Hurricanes unlocked, so I could just play them. But the next aircraft that I wanted to do, or the next couple of aircrafts, I hadn't unlocked, so I couldn't do them. But hopefully in the future I'll be able to. And I'd want to expand as well into different nations. I'd love to do a couple of videos on the German planes, like the Focke-Wulf 190 and the Bf 109, stuff like that. I'd love to do the Junkers 88, just some really iconic ones. I'd love to do that. I mean, I started with the United Kingdom because that's where I live. But yeah, there's I've been trying to get back into DayZ as well. I mean, people watching this video are interested in simulators, so they won't be interested in DayZ, but back in the day I used to play Arma 2 DayZ, and I've been trying to get back into standalone or Arma 3 DayZ, and it's taking its toll. It's really difficult. It's just not like what it used to be. And it kind of made me realise that that's why I've moved away from those sort of games like Call of Duty and Arma and DayZ and stuff. I've moved away from those sort of games because they take a toll on you. They are frustrating, they are annoying, they're not like they used to be as well. For instance, Battlefield 3 used to be one of the most amazing games back in the day. I used to play it a lot. I tried it recently and I was just really disappointed with it. I found myself playing for 10 minutes and then going off, which I think says a lot about these games haven't aged well, or I've aged a bit differently. So yeah, it made me realise that that's why I'm starting to play simulators, and that's why I enjoy simulators, is because there's something different and something that's not stale, and it doesn't have the same effect on me as those other games, because, well, I've not really played simulators when I was younger, so I don't really have that, oh, it used to be better back in the day sort of thing. It is good now, and simulators keep getting better as well, which is a good thing. Dovetail are working on train sim constantly, even though they make some questionable decisions. But yeah, I mean, are we stopping here? No. But yeah, it's just we're just carrying on doing what we do. If you enjoyed the videos, I'd appreciate that like and a subscribe. It always helps me out. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. Hopefully when I get there, the channel can start moving forward, and we can start getting some more subs and start doing more fun things, and start looking at actually growing this community a little bit. But I thank everybody who's been here, you know, since the start, and I thank all you new people as well. I started uploading sim videos about a year ago now. Before that, the channel was sort of a bit dead. I sort of played a lot of Call of Duty, DayZ, like I say, CS:GO, and I was uploading that, and you know, it was the sort of people that come along with those sort of videos. But then I started, the first lockdown happened and I was off work. I started playing simulators a lot more because I had a lot more time, and I started getting into them, and I started uploading the simulators on YouTube, and it's kicked off. Like, we are now a simulator channel. We play simulators, we play things to do with, you know, planes, trains, cars, whatever. And this is who we are now. I'm probably more well known for doing sims now than I was for anything else. So yeah, I'm really glad that it's gone that way, because I actually do really enjoy them. If no one was watching them and no one was really liking the videos, I'd probably just play them on my own. But I like recording. I like putting up a video of what I've been doing. So yeah, I'm glad that the simulator videos are doing well, and they kicked off. And you know, these travel videos might kick off as well. Going to museums and stuff. I might be able to go to like Bovington and record the tanks there, and put that up on the channel. I don't know, the possibilities are endless. So let's hope that our path calls for us to cross onto a slow line between us. So we're slowing down, are we? West Drayton is 5 miles away. Freight journeys tend to be a little bit boring. I don't get me wrong, I really love freight, and I love seeing a freight train. I look at passenger train and I think it's a bit boring. When you see a freight train in real life, it's like the clag coming out the top, and the dirty wagons, and the weather effect. I love seeing freight trains, but driving them's a bit boring. You are literally just sitting here for ages, driving in a straight line at the same speed. When with a passenger train, you're stopping, starting, you know. But freight is nice. It's really cool. And I love seeing really cool freight, loco and you know, freight cars and freight wagons in model form. I own a few models myself, and I've got a Class 6.6 in EWS, and it looks amazing. But it is one of the cheaper ones, on the cheaper end. Some of the more expensive ones get really high detailed, really cool. They look amazing. Some of the Bachmann ones are really good. I think some of the Hatton ones as well. Yeah, like, I love seeing model freight trains. They are really cool. I don't have a layout. If I did, it'd be on the channel. But I don't have a layout. I wish I did. I wish I had the space for that. But if I was to build a layout, I'd build a layout set in the sort of early 90s, late 90s West Midlands. I think that era of sort of BR was was really something, because you have the early 90s where you've still got trains from the 80s, you've still got locos from the 80s. Are we supposed to do anything here? I don't know. But like, you still got trains from the 80s in the early 90s, but they're looking a bit tatty at this point. In the early 90s, they're looking a bit worn. For instance, the 58 here, it was built in 83, saw service throughout the 80s. By 93, it was looking a bit ropey. Well, not ropey. It only been in service 10 years, but you know, it was weathered. It was used, which is like I like to see out of freight trains. But then you've also got the Class 66 coming in at, you know, 98, the late 90s. The Class 66 is just starting to creep into BR's fleet, and yeah, the layout would literally be early 90s to late 90s. So you'd get a wide array of locos. You'd get really old freight stuff still being used. You'd get the newer freight stuff just coming in, looking brand spanking new. So you'd get the Class 66 looking like relatively new. You'd get old passenger services. You'd get new passenger services just creeping in. Yeah, you'd get some really cool, diverse traction on a layout set between the early 90s and late 90s. Sort of early 90s, early 2000. Are we going via here? Yeah. But yeah, it's that would be my layout choice, definitely. Maybe one day I'll have enough room for a layout, and you will see those videos on the channel. Maybe. But no, I'd love one. The whole point of it is in the building rather than the actual using of the model railway. Something I didn't really understand as a kid. As a kid, you just see it as a toy. Let's turn that off. As a kid, you just see, you know, a model railway as a toy. You don't really see the rest of it as fun. You just want to play with the trains. But as I've gotten older, I've realised that actually using the model railway isn't the fun bit. The whole point behind the model railway is the building of it, and the attention to detail. Reduce your speed early for the 25-mile speed limit in the sidings. How far is it? 2 mile. Well, we don't have to come down just yet. Do we? Don't know. But yeah, the whole point of model railway isn't the playing with it; it's the building of it, and that's the fun bit. Let's bring it down now. Which is something I'll probably learn when I actually come to do one, if I ever get the chance to build a model railway. Hopefully I do, but you never know. And the West Midlands as well. I chose the West Midlands mainly because I'm from the West Midlands, but because it is the centre hub of BR, like it is Birmingham is the centre of the UK. Everything flows through it. You know, things coming from Scotland are going through Birmingham to London. Things from London are going back up. They're coming through Birmingham, and the amount of diverse traction you saw. 25. Here we go. The amount of diverse traction you saw in the 90s in the West Midlands is, you know, you saw everything from, you know, 58s carrying coal to, you know, HSTs, to, you know, pretty much anything you saw. 57s, dirty 37s. You know, you just saw so much diverse traction coming through here, and it was a good time. And that's all you see now is 6.6s and the occasional 60. Oop. I keep pressing 1 rather than Q. But yeah, the main thing you see now is 6.6. That's pretty much all you see, and yeah, I'm not saying the 6.6 is bad, but when you see them a lot, you're just like, oh, I want to see something new. That's why if I go to like a Steam rally, or I go to a vintage train rally, they sometimes have them. They have like some of the old diesels, and they are wicked to see. You never see them. There's usually one at Tysley, which is really good. They have a lot of old diesels there. But yeah, I'd just love to model the West Midlands. I think it would be really good. And I'd really enjoy doing it as well. The attention to detail that I could get into from what I know personally about the area, it would it'd be fun, I think. Well, this is it. This is the end of the scenario. So I just want to say again, if you are a new viewer and you haven't subscribed down below yet, please go ahead and do so. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs, and if you could get that notification bell on as well, so that you don't miss any of my new videos that come out, that'd be great. I do have to clarify though, because I was made aware that people don't subscribe because the word subscription normally means associated with money. It is completely free on YouTube to subscribe to someone's channel. You don't have to pay. It's not like a subscription in the traditional sense. Are we stopping here? No. It's not like a subscription in the traditional sense. It is, you're subscribing to watch my videos, and it is completely free to subscribe. You don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is press the button, and YouTube will send you a notification when I release a new video. So if you do want to see the new stuff, hit the subscribe. See, a lot of people think that it's just kids on YouTube, and they know exactly what that means, but there's a lot of older people on YouTube as well, and they see that subscribe button, they get a bit like, oh, I don't want to pay any money to just watch videos. Something that you just have to clarify, especially on a video like this, where maybe the younger generation isn't watching as much. So yeah, just to clarify that subscribing is completely free. And we'll start applying some brake here now that we are entering here, the unloading yard, the unloading sidings. Don't want to brake too rapidly. I can't see a thing, by the way, so I don't know what that is. Is that a weight? Oh no, that's unloading. That'll drop all the stone down. just apply the brake fully now, because that is the end of the scenario, and we will take a look at the loco from outside. There it is. So yeah, if you enjoyed, I appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.